You know that feeling of satisfaction that comes with meeting a deadline, achieving a goal, or reaching that destination you've always longed to visit. That's how we feel today.
Sure.
With 12 great weeks, this episode brings to an end the season 5 of LaMotta Half Hour.
And what a season it's been. A season of safe travel at lower prices.
That's right.
And on better roads for a smoother journey. We believe you now know more about what Lagos State Government is doing through LaMotta to make Lagos a better and a livable city through public transport infrastructure renewal and implementation. As a worthy partner in the vision for delivering a world-class integrated multimodal transport system, we owe you the responsibility to keep you abreast on issues, projects, plans, and developments as they unfold.
So today, we'll be looking back at how LaMotta remained on its toes through this season to keep you on the same page with the Lagos State Government's vision of providing you a better public transportation system. I am Kate Harmony.
I am Obafemi Craig. First, the news update.
This is a news update on LaMotta Half Hour. The first Horn-Free Day has been observed in Lagos on October 15, 2014. The day was set aside by the Lagos State Government with the objective of encouraging motorists to reduce noise pollution, cultivate respect for other road users, maintain and encourage road discipline, and improve road use courtesy. The day was also set aside to avoid the indiscriminate use of horns, promote defensive driving, and develop better road user-friendly regulations. During the day's observance, motorists refrained from the use of horns and sirens, apart from being patient, tolerant, cautious, and also obeyed rules and regulations. Before the observance of the Horn-Free Day, the state government had embarked on a lot of sensitization and advocacy. As part of the observance of the Horn-Free Day, the state government had at a ceremony honored drivers from both public and private sectors for their commitment and obedience to traffic regulations. At the first Lagos Drivers Appreciation Day, Governor Fashola commended their commitment to improving our public transportation practices and processes in Lagos State. Governor Fashola said,
"We will continue to show up models of excellence like the Center of Excellence that we are, people who understand that driving on our roads is very serious business and it has consequences when it is done properly, as it has very, very serious consequences when things go wrong."
Alluding to the Horn-Free Day, Governor Fashola declared,
"It is not a one-day thing, but that is the big day when we take the first step towards a journey of very many rewards. And I promise you that our lives will change for the better if we are able to do this. People who have doubted our capacity have always been surprised that when the people of Lagos get together, there is nothing that they cannot achieve."
In the studio with me is the State Chief Vehicle Inspection Officer, Engineer Abdul Hafiz Bolaho Toriola. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So how was the Horn-Free Day observed?
First of all, we want to use this medium to thank all the stakeholders in the transportation sector for their cooperation during the 15th of October Horn-Free Day. It is my pleasure to inform you that we have a high number of compliance from different categories of vehicles. We have commercial vehicle, maybe for passenger, for goods, and also private vehicles too. The area we have issue, which we believe we should still need to work on the Keke Marua and Okada motorcycle, because the level of compliance was quite low compared to what we observe with downfall driver. Let me use that word. People can get us at home. But I believe it's a matter of time, and the essence of the Horn-Free Day is to imbibe this culture of road discipline. Okay. That's what's called courtesy before the right of way. You know, I own the road, fine, but let me allow the other drivers to drive on the road. And also the issue of being tolerant. You know, when you are driving, you need to be tolerant with other road users, because the road is a shared asset. You are managing with other road users, and also you need to be patient. I think from what we have, I think we are able to achieve over 90%, I must tell you.
So as a state, what were the lessons learned? Do we have a take-home?
Yes, from the feedback we have been getting, we have a Facebook and Twitter page, which we have been getting a lot of feedback from the people. People are even saying we should make it a monthly affair. Some people are even saying make it every week so it will become part of us. And I can tell you, a lot of people now, I witnessed one myself. You have to go for monitoring and see. There was this commercial driver that instead of using his on, he was banging on the body. He said, I don't want to use the on, because he believed, in those days, a commercial driver, on is part of his activities.
One of them actually told me it wasn't going to work.
But what they have learned is that they have been able to be more patient, tolerant, and they even concentrate on the way rather than looking at, when you are driving, you look at the other side to know what is going on the street. I think from what we have and from the feedback we have gotten, a lot of them are now more patient.
Would you say that the objectives were achieved?
I think the objective has been achieved. What we need to work on, the areas we need to improve. I've just mentioned the Okada riders
and the
Keke Marua, which is tricycle. We need to work on them.
Okay, so how soon should we expect another Humphrey Day?
Very soon you're going to hear from the ministry.
Thank you so much for being a part of the program.
It's my pleasure. Thank you too.
And that's it for the news update on LaMotta Half Hour. The program continues in a moment. Stay with us.
Basically, what LaMotta does is to coordinate public transportation in Lagos State, and we came up with a transport master plan.
Developed together with the World Bank, the objective of this plan is finding long-lasting solutions for the problem of transportation in Lagos. Currently under its first steps of development, the plan has already proven itself a big success, dramatically increasing the connectivity in a city in continuous expansion and enjoying an unparalleled demographic and economic growth.
Our responsibility is to ensure that we provide the necessary infrastructure to meet the growth, to improve the quality of life, to improve the standard of living, and to make Lagos a vibrant and livable city in years to come.
LaMotta, think transport.
Most times, progress in life depends on a review of past accomplishments. So today, we revisit some of the milestones LaMotta made this season on the program so that we can surpass them as we move to the next season.
The Lagos Rail Mass Transit and its expected period for completion has been on the lips of many Lagos residents until Dr. Dayo Mobirola, the Managing Director, CEO of LaMotta, addressed it in an interview.
We don't want to start and stop, and we don't want to start and give you something that you will not enjoy. But we want to...
Like a tip of the iceberg.
I got you quite all right, but I am also telling you that it's like somebody who's longing to have a car, and then when you got the car, you don't have money to buy petrol, and then you have the car in front of your house and be looking at it. What benefit is it to you? So what we are saying here is we want to give Lagosian a full system that they will enjoy from day one when we start running it. Okay, so and it will come. It will come. I know that is what you want to know.
Yes.
You are wondering, and you are worried if this program is if this project is going to be completed and it will be completed. It will be done very soon. I'm giving you my word on that.
Also this season, we took a look at the Nigerian National Transport Policy and where the Lagos transport system stood in the accomplishment of this task.
The current National Transport Policy, yes, the state can also derive its own transport policy. But I want to say that the National Transport Policy as it were for now has not been able to take, like I said, the critical stakeholders along so that the transport will be able to play its own strategic role in our national economy. Lagos State seems to be the only state, the Niger State, that is coming up with its own state transport policy. The state must not make the same mistake we have at the national level. It is now the state must understand how to select or identify the critical stakeholder in terms of human capacity, in terms of institution, and come up with a state policy that is embraced by all.
This season, we made sure to remind those who know and teach those who don't that public transportation has numerous health benefits, be it standing to queue, walking to and fro, or even cycling. I got myself a new bicycle.
I've gotten one before this time.
Do you have a helmet and your pads?
No, I haven't gotten that, but that I will get, because I know we're encouraging cycling now in Lagos State.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this.
Most of us don't know what benefit physical activity do to our body. It is known that as an individual, we have to have a moderate physical activity, at least 22 minutes in a day, which could be assessed into 150 minutes weekly. Meaning that, okay, as an individual, you are expected to have this amount of activity. But most of us do not observe, because most of us have our own individual vehicle. We hardly have time to exercise at all. And what is the benefit of exercising our body? It is known that it is those that exercise that will have a reduction in weight. And if we don't exercise, we get obese. And this would contribute to so many diseases. Diseases such like hypertension. Hypertension is rampant everywhere and is a silent killer. Nobody knows except you go to the hospital to check your blood pressure. We also have osteoporosis, which affect the joints. You understand? When you don't exercise properly, those joints get to degenerate, and with time, it becomes a problem. Also, there are some particular cancer that have been associated with less activity. Okay. Such cancer include colon cancer and breast cancer. This could also be associated to less activity.
I think to add to what is also said, public transport users perform 3 times more rigorous activities than car users, and so you can, because they have to walk to the station, they have to walk to their destination, and they're more relaxed even when they're on the bus. They're more likely to read or talk to their friends, so the anxiety level is less than when you have to mingle among traffic, etc. Yeah, exactly. Traffic. So you can begin to see the benefits, the health benefit as a result of using public transport in comparison to using cars.
That was my favorite highlight of this season, knowing I can burn some calories just by strolling or taking that walk to the BRT station.
Well, for me, it was meeting our viewers in person, sharing with them, and hearing their take on LaMotta's efforts in completing the Bus Rapid Transit Extension project from Mile 12 to Ikorodu. This we saw the stakeholders forum we held with you.
The BRT Extension project from Mile 12 to Ikorodu is gradually becoming a reality. It is classic as it aims to provide a more comfortable travel experience, provide hundreds of jobs, alleviate poverty by creating a more viable business opportunities. We bring you an update on 3 major sections of this project. The Oluwo-Odikon market is the proposed market relocation for the Ayongbure market traders. Despite challenges like location, swampy area, and high-tension power cables, the Lagos State government, through LaMotta, has shown its commitment and responsibility to provide and build a befitting market location, which has to be completed before work commences at the present Ayongbure market location for expansion of the road.
This kind of thing has never happened to this community before. I've tried this community for more than 20 years. What is happening right now is a monumental development. And like I told all the ballets, they are landed property before the starting of the road. You can say 5,000, 10,000, but now it's 10 million, 20 million. So which means that there's appreciative value on everything.
The Itowolo Bridge area is the only outstanding bridge yet to be completed. Despite obvious challenges like concrete obstruction in water, about 60% of the work has been achieved. Presently, parapet walls, concrete walkways, street lighting bays, beams, landscaping for beautification and promoting a green society are being done. It is expected that this project will be completed in due course.
My advice to my people is to urge them to persevere more, to be more patient with the construction company and with our government. There's no way a road of this magnitude will be on and you won't have some constraints here and there. But we should bear it in mind when the road is finally completed, all those hitches will be out of place. And as we are seeing, the road construction is nearing completion. And to that extent, whenever there is any hitch on the road, let us endure more, knowing that the hitch is just temporary. The ultimate goal is to our own benefit as a people.
If you're just joining us, this is LaMotta FR. And on this episode, we are recapping the highlights of LaMotta's work over the last 12 weeks in making transportation in Lagos work for you.
One of the major access roads that links Ogba, Agege and its environs is the Wemko Road, which has been under repair. This was one of the highlights we brought to you along with the conversion of BRT lanes from asphalt to concrete.
With LaMotta, Lagos is changing for the best. BRT lanes.
The rehabilitation of Wemko Road involves the dualization of the entire stretch of the road with bicycle lanes, pedestrian walkways, road furniture, among others. It also involves the construction of a solid drainage system that will collect wastewater from Agege Pen Cinema and its environs right into the Omole Gorge. We understand your experiences and challenges you've had because of the construction going on this road, and that is why we are here to take your views and your feedback, because LaMotta project is about you.
It's easy now. You leave your home, at least you have to time yourself that I'm going to the market and I'll spend maybe 31 hours, and that's how it will be, unlike before. Okay. But during when you were doing the road, God, it wasn't easy.
I think for the BRT lane, it beats the hold up. That's the only thing I can say there.
Even beside that, when you enter the BRT, now you discover that it runs smoother. It runs smoother. It's like you don't have the feel of gallops on the BRT. Yes, you don't have the feel of gallop on the BRT anymore.
Lagos is a mega city, and its transportation system is steadily living up to that status through the implementation and impact of the Lagos Urban Transport Project, one of the areas we looked into this season.
The LUTP, which is the Lagos Urban Transport Project, is designed to ameliorate public transport problems across the metropolis. And so we have the phase one of the project, which was called LUTP 1, and that had 4 project components, which included capacity building and institutional development, road network improvement, water transport promotion. We had the preparation of future phases. All these were in phase 1, which we concluded December 31st of 2010. Now, the phase 2 of LUTP is what we're on at the moment. And it has 4 project components, which is similar because it is a continuation of LUTP 1.
The Lagos Connect card, the one-stop card for all your transportation needs, was one of the issues we discussed this season.
This system is very easy to use. It's very convenient to use. Yes, we've experienced some challenges. They've been rectified now, so it's trustworthy. You can pick up your card. And like I said earlier, once you pick up your card, You have your ticket sellers who have this device there. You simply just go to them, pay your money, and then they top up your card. It's less than 15 seconds. You get it done, get on the bus, and then you're done. So it's very easy to use. Embrace it. I think it's a very good development for Lagos State and Nigeria as a whole.
To mark the October 15, 2014 Humphrey Day in Lagos, we went to the street to capture people's perception about the day. We also had Dr. Masha, Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Transport Education, speak with us on the importance of the day.
I think it's good, but the compliance level is what I don't know about. Though I've discussed with some people before, and somebody said, how is it going to be possible? I said to start one day. If I start it, another person picks it up, then it starts to spread like that.
Well, to be sincere, I don't think it's going to be possible here in Lagos.
Why?
Yeah, that's an example. Like the police force, hearing of anything, an ambulance passing, they want to raise a siren. So I don't really think it's going to be possible here in Lagos.
Well, we are looking forward to the 15th of October, the No Horn Day, the first of its kind in Lagos and indeed Nigeria. And we are challenging Lagos and Lagosians, our road users, to observe the No Horn Day. And let's show that we are a disciplined people who respect and care for one another and who are primarily safety conscious.
During the season, we took you on a tour with members of the Lagos State House of Assembly's Committee on Works and Infrastructure as they visited the Blue Line Rail project. We captured the excitement and their reassurance to the public on the resolution of the Lagos State government through LaMotta to complete all projects they have embarked on.
This is a beautiful project. I had wished it was completed yesterday. But I know, you have to consider a lot of things. You talk about the availability of resources. You talk about the vagary of weather. For a better part of the year, it's been raining and it's beyond us. We call it intervening variables, which are beyond us. But basically, I have to thank LaMotta for doing a good job. I have to thank the initiative of the government, the MD of LaMotta. I know him to be a great man.
We've been on the rail lines, we've seen the standard gauge that they have there. And by my experience as an engineer, the job is wonderful and it's done. I think some other states will still start coming down here to reference what we're doing in Lagos State.
I must say it's been quite a remarkable journey.
Indeed, it's been insightful and educating. Don't go yet, you're still on to LaMotta FR. And as is our custom, we won't leave you empty-handed. We don't encourage you to reach us because we want to hear from you, but because we need to. Our progress this season is because we listen to you. So continue to reach us on any of the following platforms.
It's been a great season 5 on LaMotta Half Hour.
And it was fitting to take a long look back to serve you better as we start the new season. Like Soren Kierkegaard puts it, life can't be understood backwards, but it must be lived forward. LaMotta.
Think Transport.
Eko Akete, Lagos, my home. With LaMotta, Lagos is changing for the best. BRT